OpenAI finally dropped its serious cyber play. The full GPT 5.5 Cyber is here, and the headline is simple. OpenAI says it now beats Anthropic's Mythos 5 on CyberGym. GPT 5.5 Cyber scored 85.6%. Mythos 5 scored 83.8%. Regular GPT 5.5 scored 81.8%. So after weeks of everyone talking about Mythos, OpenAI just stepped in and said, basically, our cyber model is stronger. But the more important part is what OpenAI is building around it. This is a full cybersecurity push called Daybreak, and it comes with 4 big pieces. GPT 5.5 Cyber, the updated Codex Security plugin, the Daybreak Cyber Partner Program, and Patch the Planet. A new effort to help open source projects actually fix vulnerabilities instead of just drown in reports. And that is the new battlefield. AI is getting very good at finding bugs. Models can now scan huge code bases, follow attack paths, test ideas, reproduce known vulnerabilities, and surface issues that a human team might miss. That sounds like a win, but it also creates a serious problem. If AI finds thousands of vulnerabilities faster than developers can verify and patch them, then the internet does not automatically become safer. It just becomes more exposed. So OpenAI's message with Daybreak is that the next phase of AI cybersecurity is not just discovery, it is repair. Now, GPT 5.5 Cyber is the model at the center of this. OpenAI says it is built for advanced, authorized cybersecurity work. That word authorized matters because this model is not being released to the public. It is going through limited access for trusted defenders, with more monitoring, scope control, verification, and human review. The reason is obvious. A cyber model this strong can be useful for defenders, but in the wrong hands, it can also be dangerous. So OpenAI is trying to show power and control at the same time. The model is also more permissive. That means it should be less likely to reject legitimate security work. This has been a real problem with normal AI models. A professional researcher might be testing their own system, validating a bug in a controlled environment, or writing a patch, and the model still refuses because the task looks sensitive. The first GPT 5.5 Cyber preview mainly tried to reduce those unnecessary refusals. This new version goes further. OpenAI says this is its strongest model so far for finding and helping patch software vulnerabilities, while still keeping the general intelligence and long task ability of GPT 5.5. In practice, the model can work across large code bases for deeper security analysis. It can identify security-relevant components, check whether vulnerable code is actually reachable, validate likely issues in controlled environments, develop and test patches, and prepare evidence for human review. So it is supposed to help defenders move through the full remediation loop. And then come the benchmarks. On CyberGym, which measures whether an agent can reproduce known vulnerabilities in software environments, GPT 5.5 Cyber scored 85.6%. Mythos 5 scored 83.8%. The older GPT 5.5 Cyber checkpoint scored 81.9%. Regular GPT 5.5 scored 81.8%. GPT 5.4 scored 79%. Claude Opus 4.7 scored 73.1%. So the CyberGym chart is very clearly OpenAI's shot at Mythos. But OpenAI also released 2 other benchmark results. On ExploitGym, which tests whether an agent can turn known vulnerabilities into working exploits that achieve unauthorized code execution, GPT 5.5 Cyber scored 39.5%, while regular GPT 5.5 scored 25.95%. On SEC Bench Pro, which tests long-horizon vulnerability discovery and proof-of-concept generation across complex software targets, GPT 5.5 Cyber scored 69.8%, compared with 63.1% for GPT 5.5. So yes, the CyberTune model is meaningfully stronger, but OpenAI is also careful to say benchmarks are only part of the story. In the real world, the model has to find real vulnerabilities, filter signal from noise, help generate safe patches, and support coordinated disclosure. That is why OpenAI says it will keep evaluating GPT 5.5 Cyber on complex repositories and real remediation workflows as disclosures are completed. And this leads directly into Codex Security. Now, you've probably noticed how much attention Claude is getting right now. Anthropic keeps adding new models and features, from Claude Code and Claude Artifacts to skills, connectors, design tools, and more. And honestly, it makes sense. Claude has become one of the most useful AI tools for turning an idea into something real, whether that means building an app, creating a presentation, organizing research, planning your week, or speeding up work that would normally take a whole team. The problem is that a lot of people keep saying learn Claude without actually showing you a clear way to use it properly. That's why today's sponsor is hosting the world's first Claude-a-thon, a 2-day live workshop happening this weekend from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a deep dive into Claude, practical use cases, and more than 10 other AI tools, and they're opening 1,000 free seats for a limited time. Inside the workshop, you'll learn how to use Claude for deep research, build artifacts and dashboards, create full presentations, set up connectors like Indeed for job search, build custom GPTs and agents, and use AI tools for visuals, videos, and automation. You'll also get bonus resources like Claude codes, a prompt library, and a personalized AI toolkit builder. Link is in the description, or scan the QR code to join before the free seats close. All right, now back to the video. Codex Security is OpenAI's attempt to put something like a security engineer next to every developer. Since the cloud research preview launched in March, OpenAI says Codex Security has scanned over 30 million commits across more than 30,000 codebases. Human reviewers have manually marked more than 70,000 findings as fixed, and over 500,000 findings have automatically been determined to be fixed. Those numbers are huge, and they show what OpenAI is trying to scale. Not just bug discovery, actual patching. The updated Codex Security plugin is built for defensive workflows right out of the box. It can run deep scans, review recent changes, generate reports, trace attack paths, build threat models, validate findings, and create codebase-specific patches for review. And it is not supposed to work like a normal scanner that just throws alerts at developers. OpenAI says Codex Security understands a team's code and threat model. If the threat model does not exist, it can generate one. It can identify plausible vulnerabilities, check whether the affected code is reachable, gather evidence, provide validation steps, develop a targeted patch, and verify the result. That is the key. The tool is supposed to help with the investigation and the fix, not just add another pile of alerts. Developers can choose the scan scope. It can cover the entire codebase, only part of the codebase, or a specific change, commit, or submission. It can also triage existing findings from scanners, security advisories, bug bounty reports, or ticketing systems, then generate patches at scale to help clear old vulnerability backlogs. After a scan is finished, Codex Security can export results into existing vulnerability management systems. It can also integrate through Serif files, CodeQL queries, and other tools. And it can fit into automated pipelines with Codex CLI or directly into developer workflows inside the Codex app. So OpenAI is not just launching a powerful model, it is building the workflow around that model. Then comes Patch the Planet, and honestly, this might be the most important part for the wider internet. Patch the Planet is a new initiative founded by OpenAI with Trail of Bits, in collaboration with HackerOne, Caliph, security researchers, and open source maintainers. The goal is to help widely used open source projects move from findings to fixes. And open source badly needs this. It powers browsers, cloud systems, developer tools, network libraries, public services, and critical infrastructure. A single vulnerability in a popular library can affect thousands of downstream systems, but many of these projects are maintained by tiny teams or volunteers. OpenAI cites Linux Foundation and Harvard Research, showing that 94% of the widely used projects they studied had fewer than 10 developers responsible for more than 90% of the code added in a year. That is the reality. Tiny teams are maintaining software that massive parts of the world depend on. Now add AI bug hunting on top of that. Suddenly, maintainers are getting more reports, more duplicates, more false positives, more low-quality CVEs, and more AI-generated noise. Fuad Mateen, OpenAI's cyber tech lead, described it very bluntly. He said maintainers do their work out of love of open source, and now they are stuck reviewing slop CVEs. Patch the Planet is designed to reduce that burden. Instead of sending maintainers a flood of raw AI findings, OpenAI is funding professional security researchers and giving them access to Codex Security and advanced models. Each project starts with a conversation. Maintainers define their priorities, preferences, and disclosure process. Then, researchers manage the work end to end. They validate issues, remove duplicates, develop patches, test fixes, and only send maintainers the work that is actually ready for review. That human review layer is important. Without it, AI security tools can become spam machines. With it, AI finds and helps fix, experts validate, and maintainers stay in control. Participating projects can receive ChatGPT Pro, conditional access to Codex Security, and API credits for core development, maintainer automation, and release workflows. OpenAI says more than 30 open source projects have already committed to participate. Initial participants include CURL, Go, Python, SigStore, and Pika/cryptography. The first sprint already showed what this could look like. Trail of Bits reportedly put 25 engineers, around 1/5 of its workforce, across 19 open source projects for 5 days. OpenAI and Trail of Bits say that Sprint surfaced hundreds of issues for review, merged dozens of patches, and pushed more patches forward. Researchers also built reusable workflows for fuzzing, variant analysis, differential testing, and specification-based testing. Dan Guido, the CEO and co-founder of Trail of Bits, called Patch the Planet an internet-scale effort to help open-source software get ahead of AI bug-hunting tools. He also said the goal is to help open-source maintainers see the benefits of AI coding tools, not just the downsides. That matters because if AI only gives maintainers more work, they will reject it. But if it comes with expert review, funding, patches, and real support, it becomes harder to ignore. OpenAI is also building a larger partner ecosystem around Daybreak. The new Daybreak Cyber Partner Program lets security software and service providers use GPT 5.5 with trusted access for cyber inside their own products and services. OpenAI says GPT 5.5 with trusted access for cyber is still the main model for most defensive cybersecurity workflows, while GPT 5.5 Cyber is for verified defenders who need the most advanced cyber capability. The idea is that customers get the defensive benefits, but direct model access stays with approved partners, and the partner list is stacked. We are talking about names like Cisco, Cloudflare, CrowdStrike, Palo Alto Networks, IBM, Okta, and Zscaler. So this is clearly not some small pilot anymore. OpenAI says it will work with these partners on safeguards, monitoring, and abuse prevention standards, and the program will expand to more organizations over the next few months. There is also a government and critical infrastructure layer. OpenAI says it has been talking with the US government about its cyber approach and upcoming model releases. That includes collaboration with CASI, the Center for AI Standards and Innovation, on pre-deployment testing for GPT 5.5 and GPT 5.5 Cyber. It also includes work with the Office of the National Cyber Director and the Office of Science and Technology Policy on recent executive orders and related industry standards. OpenAI also says that in the past month, it established trusted access for cyber partnerships with Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Japan, the Republic of Korea, and EU institutions like ENISA. It also says it has a growing trusted partnership with the UK government around cyber, testing, evaluation, and other shared priorities. The focus is critical infrastructure. OpenAI says it wants to work with eligible operators of critical infrastructure, including government networks, to create safeguards based on the systems they actually operate. The goal is to make advanced AI more useful for defenders while making it harder for malicious actors to use these capabilities against critical services. And the timing here is not random. Wired reported that Anthropic had to pull Fable 5 and Mythos 5 off the market earlier this month after concerns from the Trump administration about advanced AI cybersecurity capabilities. The concern was that Anthropic had publicly released Mythos-grade Fable 5 with blocks on advanced biological and cybersecurity capabilities, but the administration feared those protections were not enough. So OpenAI is clearly trying to show a different approach. Strong model, restricted access, trusted defenders, human review, government coordination, enterprise partners, and an open source repair program. But this is still a competition story. Anthropic made Mythos the cyber model everyone was watching. OpenAI is now saying GPT 5.5 Cyber beats Mythos 5 on CyberGym. And with both companies reportedly moving toward IPOs, cyber capability is becoming part of the bigger frontier AI race. Even the Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance is warning that frontier AI models could transform both offensive and defensive cyber capabilities faster than expected. According to their warning, the timeline is not years. It is months. So this is the real test now. Not the benchmark, not the hype, but whether OpenAI can help defenders patch real software before attackers move. Because in cybersecurity, the win is not finding the bug. The win is closing it. All right, subscribe if you want to stay ahead of what is coming next in AI. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.